What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of Book Reviews with Hugh. I kind of like to into that. So today we're going to be reviewing The Old Man and the Sea, written by Ernest Hemingway. So the story itself was written in 1951 in Cuba. It was then published in 1952 and won a Pulitzer in 53. So a bit of background behind Ernest Hemingway himself. He was an American author, born in 1899. He served during the First World War and became a journalist after that. He then proceeded to become an author. So The Old Man and the Sea is one of Hemingway's last and most famous big pieces of work before he sadly committed suicide in 1961. A couple more memorable stories and books that Hemingway has written and is remembered for are Farewell to Arms and The Sun Also Rises. I've never personally read them, but I might give them a try after this. Maybe some of you guys have read them. So, kind of overlook the plot and look at the characters. There are two characters in The Old Man and the Sea, two main characters, being the old man and his friend, a boy named Manolin. By the way, the old man's name is Santiago. So, looking at Manolin, Manolin is kind of a weird character. He's the old man's only friend, and he takes care of him like no one else. I mean, Manolin used to be the Santiago's apprentice, and then moved on to someone else. But he still, after every day at work, he still comes back to the old man and feeds him. He gets him food. He gets him his coffee in the morning. He wakes him up. He helps out with everything. He's kind of an extraordinary character. Now looking at Santiago himself, Santiago is also a bit odd. He's a very persistent person. He, I don't know. Santiago. He's, as the title says, he's an old man, and every morning he wakes up. So when you start the book, it says he hasn't caught anything for 84 days, being almost 3 months. And yet, every morning he still gets up and he still goes fishing, he still goes out there. So he's a very persistent character, and it's a recurring theme throughout the book. And I think that's what defines Santiago the most, being persistent and hopeful, how he gets up every morning and still gets in his boat, even though he hasn't caught anything in 84 days. He always looks towards the future. He's always like, oh, today is the day that I catch my big fish. Today is the day that I become a fishing legend. And so I think that's quite extraordinary, and that's how I would best describe Santiago. So, a bit of an overview of the book. The Old Man and the Sea is about, plain and simple, it's about an old man that goes fishing, catches a fish, loses a fish, then goes home and goes to bed. And that's basically it. Read the book, and of course there's going to be more to it. It's a very, I would say, interesting book. It's full of literary features and all that good stuff, and it's a nice read. Within the classroom itself. Personally, I wouldn't read it just for the heck of it. But then again, I'm still a teenager, but I think it's good within the classroom because I think as long as you have someone there guiding the conversation, it can really bring out some really good ideas, because the book itself touches on magical realism and all these incredible literary features. Alright, so a couple quotes that I found really interesting, well, not interesting, but a couple quotes that I like from the book are, every time, I didn't remember them. Everything about him was old, except his eyes. They were the same color as the sea, and were cheerful and undefeated. I just found this kind of interesting. It's a cool quote. I like it. It kind of shows magical realism, kind of not, but I like how it portrays the old man. And then there's another one. Luck is a thing that comes in many forms, and who can recognize her? And luck is a recurring theme throughout this book itself. If you read it, you'll have noticed that. And he always refers to luck as her. So now I'm going to show you guys a couple pictures of fan art. Here they are. thanks for watching, guys. I hope to do another one of these soon. See you around. If you want the links to the pieces of art that I showed in the video, they'll be in the description below. Cool, I think that's it. Thanks, guys.